This episode of GuildCast is brought to you by Shutterstock.com with over 28 million high-quality stock photos, illustrations, vectors, and video clips. Shutterstock helps you take your creative projects to the next level. For 25% off your new account, just go over to Shutterstock.com and use offer code GAMEBREAKER9.
GameBreaker TV.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to GuildCast episode 85 for September 4th, 2013. You're watching GameBreaker. I'm Gary Gannon. Coming up on today's show, we're going on an adventure. ArenaNet talks about what's next and ascended weapons, magic find, and legendaries. All that and more. But first, Mr. Bog Otter himself, Mr. Richie Procopio. How are you, sir?
I'm doing well. Gary, this is my new best friend.
Oh, mine's still in the box. But
It's in the box.
It's in the box. Yes, thank you to ArenaNet for sending this over. This is the infantile cloud Lego. Yours is built. Mine is still in a box.
This is my best friend because apparently infantile mode is the only mode I'm supposed to conquer. We'll get into that.
Do they actually are these for sale or like are they just like promo items for swag?
They're not for sale, but there are instructions online that people can find, and these are all standard Lego pieces, so you can construct your own infantile cloud using the instructions that are online. So.
Very cool, very cool. And Mr. Matt Visual, how are you, sir?
Doing good, doing good.
Good to see you. Hair just keeps growing.
Thank you.
It's amazing.
I have to keep shaving it.
Don't. No. Really good. Before we get into Guild Wars 2 talk, PAX, bro. You just got back from PAX. How was it? Was this your first PAX?
Yes, it was my first PAX, and it was a blast. I gotta say, I spent like the first 2 days mostly with ArenaNet, going through the tour, to the offices, and then the anniversary bash the whole day, and then the party at the end, which was good. And then I spent the third day on Sunday all in PAX, seeing the Oculus Rift and everything. It was great.
What did you get any super secrets out of the old ArenaNets? Anything?
Oh, of course I got the NDA. Yeah, they make you sign something before you walk into the office. Yeah.
Were you able to talk about anything at the office? Like, you were able to talk about any of the tour or anything like that? What was it like? What did you see? Like,
yeah, they all right. So they have like 2 floors, and man, they have like these containers, these dispensers with like cereal and candy and stuff, and then they have like these huge, like any drink you can think of, in these like 2 humongous refrigerators. It was crazy.
Matt, we want to hear about the game. Art. I don't want to hear about drinks.
Monsters
and Red Bulls and Cocoa Puffs.
There's concept art I've never seen before.
He actually put out a video, interviewed Colin Johansson with some juicy bits of information.
What'd you get out of the Bro Hansen? What'd you get out of him?
Quite a bit, actually. He actually gave me some juicy stuff. So I was like, wow. I'll say, all right. You know. The funny thing, when I was interviewing, like, there's no like PR guy or anything like, like say, oh, you can't say that, or you can't say it. Like I just went at him and. Pretty much
give me some stuff,
everything.
Man. Tell me, talk. Tease up your video. We'll tell people to go to your YouTube channel, but you gotta say something about it.
He talks about with legendaries that are coming out this year. He's gonna pick either the ring or the amulet or one of those accessories. He talks about GVG. Talks about so many questions. He talks about a lot.
The biggest thing was definitely that there was going to be another legendary type, right? It was going to be either the necklace or the amulet, and they're going to have some sort of glow effect or some sort of visual representation to actually, because those items, you don't see those on your character, so there will be some sort of way to show off, hey, I've got a legendary, necklace or something like that. So
thanks, Richie. Richie, what else was really interesting in Matt's video that you could tell me about?
They should go watch it, right? I mean,
that's right.
They should go watch it. Why say the whole interview?
They should be. You got to tease. You got to give.
It's 30
you
minutes.
got to give people a little bit of info and some meat, and get pique their interest. You can't just tell them to go watch video. Could be you sitting on a porcelain throne, just like flipping through some stupid artwork or something.
So
it was great.
Go watch it. It's good.
Oh,
stuff.
he talks about Cantha like 3 times during the whole thing. So that's enough right there. That's enough said. You have to watch the video to figure it out.
What? Then you finally got to actually check out PAX. What was like the highlight of PAX besides the Guild Wars 2 stuff and going to the party and stuff, which I'm sure was a blast? What did you see at PAX that just kind of blew you away? Anything?
Man, the indie games. I would have to say Transistor was one of the big ones.
Ooh, that looks good.
It's everything I dream. I love Bastion. And the Oculus Rift just completely blew me away. I got to try some of the prototype, the HD one, and it's nuts. Like people say it all the time. Oh,
You really think you're gonna buy? Would you buy one?
Really cool.
So I did not get to try. I did not try the HD version. I tried the regular version, and I thought it was really cool. But I walked away just going like, I don't know. I didn't go walk away thinking like I'm gonna plunk down hundreds of dollars on this thing.
Yeah, man. I don't know. You should try Hawking out.
I did not try Hawking. I tried Eve. Eve EVR.
Oh,
they had
VR.
Eve Online has like a a dogfighting kind of Eve thing going on. That's the only time I've ever tried it. It's super cool. It's great technology. Star Citizen might actually be the thing that gets me into it. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Nobody knows what it's going to cost though. That's a thing. I think dev kits are like $5. I'm thinking it's going to probably be like at least $200-300. Oh, for dev?
It's 300 for dev. I think it's $300. So
I thought it was $5.
It's probably going to be around there. Oh, really?
I don't know.
Oh, maybe now it is.
I don't know. It just seems like a really expensive peripheral. I don't know, and I don't know how long I could possibly sit and wear something like that.
Yeah, like a couple of years back, I went to a convention and I tried out, basically playing World of Warcraft in 3D. And on the convention floor, I was just blown away. I was like, wow, this is really amazing. So I actually bought all the stuff, right? Set it up in my house, and I sent it back a week later. I'm like, I can't play like this. It like makes me want to barf. It's not good. It's great for a show floor to get a demo, but I don't know how much you could just sit there and just play for hours and hours.
Yeah, I need to test it out because I tried out this car one, right? And I have motion sickness, so I actually got a little bit sick with the car one. But then I tried at the indie booth. I tried this one that's in space and you roll around and everything, and I didn't get sick at all. So it's one of those weird things.
It's definitely cool technology. I think they've
you can wear your glasses, by the way.
Yeah, you
wear
can. Yeah. It's definitely made for that. I don't know. It's definitely cool technology. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting to see. ArenaNet people, nice bunch of peeps. Did you meet Ruby?
Oh yes. Ruby, Regina, Martin, and it's weird seeing those guys in real life, man. It's not just text on Twitter anymore. It's like you actually know their personality. You actually, know how tall and short they are and the accents that they have.
This just in. Matt Visual says ArenaNet is weird.
Is weird. They're weird, and they're actually human beings.
Weird.
It's weird. Yeah. They're weird in real life.
Oh, dude. They're great. They're great, man. They're great.
No PAX box. You come back. You don't seem sick. You seem like you beat the PAX box.
I dodged a bullet.
Nice.
I dodged a bullet because when you go in there, when they talk about the smell,
am I wrong?
Like you're gonna catch something.
Was I wrong? Wait, was I wrong?
No, you weren't.
Thank you.
You feel like you're gonna catch something. Like the smell goes in, and you're like,
thank you. Because everybody says that I over-exaggerate, and thank you for.
You know what? I'm just gonna say this for us East Coasters: PAX East doesn't stink like that. It just doesn't.
Hey,
I don't know.
Yeah, you're lucky you didn't catch anything. Good for you. A lot of people are coming back already sick. Everybody's got the PAX pox. So, all right,
really?
let's talk about some Guild Wars 2. First up, Super Adventure Box is back. So it just came out yesterday. Did you guys jump in straight away? I know Richie, you love the Super Adventure Box.
I do. Ish. my opinion of Super Adventure Box may be changing slightly as a result of this latest patch, but we'll see. Yeah.
Yeah. Why is that?
Oh no.
How's World 2?
You know what? World 2 is different. I'll throw that out there. It's not the same warm fuzzy so far. And to be fair, I've only done World 1, but that's because World 1 took me like couple hours last night, and I wanted to smash my entire room, and I had a splitting headache at the end of it. holy crap, the Rapids board, that's way too long, and wow. Yeah.
It looks like you need to be on infantile mode.
I think
shots fired!
Well,
shots fired!
It's not shots fired. I fired those shots in the intro already. I already said that. I already claimed infantile mode as my realm.
I'm watching. I'm watching chat here too, and people aren't too excited about World 2.
Man, I love that thing.
It's a combination of a couple things, at least for me, right? First of all, it's difficult. Second of all, there's horrible camera angles, and it's a little bit, I don't know, it's like sometimes you make a jump and it just doesn't register the right way or the way you think it should, because I don't know, there's something off about it.
Zone 2 with the trees? Yeah, like Zone 2 with the trees, man, you're like jumping up and you're hitting on top of the trees, and like it doesn't really register like your feet, and you just keep falling over sometimes. That part, yeah, it gets a little annoying as heck. You just gotta hit the right spots though.
Yeah, I like.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I love hard content. I really do. I if anybody watches my videos, I tackle these things like the the clock tower jumping puzzle, and like Canada Trials. Version 4. What's version 4, whatever they called it there. The hard stuff, I'm a fan of trying things over and over and over again, tweaking my build, tweaking things, fighting Leandri and stuff. I like that kind of stuff. This is more like just frustrating than difficult. I don't know how to explain it, but it feels different.
Does it feel new? Does it feel brand new? Does it feel fresh?
It seems like World 1 was like a trial run, and then World 2 was just like he brought out everything. All his imagination just like messed with everything, and added so many enemies and not enemies, but a lot of traps and different ways to get yourself killed.
Matt, how long does it take? Is there a good amount of content in there?
Oh yeah.
Sure.
Okay, I beat Zone 1 and 2. 2 was extremely long as well. Definitely a lot of content. It took me to go through Zone 2 with about 4 people. So I guess, once you get to a checkpoint, they can automatically spawn there. So it doesn't really matter. They don't really drag you down. But it took me about 3 hours for Zone 2.
They're long.
I don't know about Zone 1.
Yeah, they're long, and not only that, it's like once you beat them, okay, then you got to go back through them and get all the achievements for them, all the hidden areas, all the secrets, and then there's Tribulation mode on top of that, which we haven't discussed yet. So for those people who are into it and really like it, there's a lot of time they could spend in this for sure.
What about loots? What's the new hotness?
Well, there are some skins, some new skins, and then if you beat Tribulation mode, Zone 1, Zone 2, and Zone 3, you get a chance to actually get a different color for those skins that you see in the inventory. Not in the inventory, in the merchant. But you can actually check them out in the PvP locker if you want. Yeah,
it's the weapon skins that you weren't able to get last time are now available. So it has like the rifle and the pistols and stuff like that. And like Matt said, you can get, if you see somebody walking around with, the standard version's blue. If you see people walking around with green or, yellow?
Yellow, yeah.
Then you know that they've beaten some hard stuff to get those. So that's pretty cool. You can distinguish yourself.
So what do you guys think? Overall, any complaints from the community? Or are they liking it pretty much? Or are a lot of people kind of feeling the same way you do, Richie? Watching the chat room, it's kind of mixed.
It's pretty mixed. Some of the people I play with were mixed. Like some people they don't like it. It's not their thing. They're more going for the ascended weapons and stuff.
Did they like the first version of it though? Did they like the first incarnation of it?
Some of them came later. The ones who came later and didn't play World 1, those are the ones mostly who were like, I don't care about it. Because they kind of didn't really give it a chance, really. They just kind of went into World 2, and that kind of cut them off a little bit and put them off because World 2 is way different than World 1. World 2 is just a lot harder. It's almost like hard mode, really, compared to World 1, because World 1 is just a piece of cake.
So what
yeah,
happens?
If you check the forums and stuff, there's a lot of feedback saying that it's too hard. And I have a buddy, like the friend of mine who plays the most Guild Wars 2 with me. We played Super Adventure Box the World 1 together back in April, and we loved it. We had a blast. And this time he tried it and is just like, nope, I'm done. I'm not going to do this. I'm not even going to bother with it. So like I'm the type that like I'm frustrated, but I'm going to muster myself through it. In fact, later on tonight I'm going to stream for Massively. And I'm actually going to try Tribulation mode in there and probably smash.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about Tribulation mode. I mean, obviously it's extremely hard, but what does it translate to? What do they actually do different in the other modes?
Well, I beat Zone 1 so far today. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's tough. Like, it's unforgiving. Sometimes a random finger will come and just one hit you. Like stuff like that. Spikes on the floor, grass that you think, it's just solid floor. You'll fall down into lava. There's wooden spikes coming constantly out of the ground and out of walls and in the most weirdest spots possible. You'll be right at a checkpoint, and then you just walk 2 steps forward and die. Like, it's bad. It's bad. It's not for someone who's like, oh, I'm going to get all the achievements, but I'm very casual. No, it's not for that guy.
No.
It's not for that guy. That guy, these are for the people who want a challenge, who want to be beaten up. Not more than a challenge. Challenge is an understatement. I think who want to be beaten up. No.
Yeah,
they like that.
It's not the kind of thing you can just walk in and just go and beat it first shot. There's no way. It's like one of those games out there that is just brutally hard and unfair on purpose, and you have to kind of die. Like, you can run over a flower and it just blows up, and you're like, what? And then you'll run over the ground and a lava pit opens up, and there's no tell on the ground. There's no way you can avoid it just by looking at it, and it's just the kind of thing. It's through trial and error. Can you beat this board? And it's very, very challenging. And they actually go ahead.
That's actually for World 1 as well as World 2 now, right? That's pretty awesome.
That's right. Yeah, absolutely. You can go all the way back to the very first world, which was a piece of cake and a breeze before, and you see it in a whole new light, and just like, this place is evil.
So what's the main point of Tribulation mode? What's the reward?
It's the skins, the different color, which, I mean, and you do get a lot of baubles at the end, but I mean, you could get them in easier ways than doing Tribulation mode. Really, the skins, really. Which I don't know if it's enough for me. I'm doing it just because I want to beat it and I see it as a challenge. That's the only reason why I'm not doing it really for the skins, because even though the skins will be cool, yeah, I'm going to get it in green when I beat World 1 and then yellow when I beat World 2. And I think World 3 and World 4 would be red and purple. But I don't know if that's necessarily like, it depends on how the skins look. If they're really bright and they have some type of extra effect than just a different color, then, because people are really not going to really know. They're like, oh, it's a different color. Like, that's pretty much it. That's not enough to be like, I beat one of the hardest things in Guild Wars 2.
Yeah, there's no extra effects. I saw someone today with the green greatsword, and I was like, oh, I got to give this guy props. He beat Worlds 1, 2, and 3 in Tribulation mode, and that's definitely something. Having tried it. Now, one thing to kind of bring up here, because this is definitely something that people are talking about, is there is to play in Super Venture Box, you need continue coins, right? And you can get these continue coins by farming up baubles inside of Super Venture Box, right? You turn in one bauble, which is 250 baubles, and you get 5 continue coins. And every time you lose all your lives, you have to use a continue coin to continue. But there is an infinite continue coin on the gem store. And while I think it's totally fine, like they set up Tribulation mode as this kind of thing where, you know what, this is only for the hardest of the hardcore. This is not content for everyone. I think it's okay that sucks away your lives. I think some of the feedback has been World 2 is ball-bustingly hard, and they've got this infantile coin on the gem store. Is this, this is convenient, isn't it? So yeah, that's I just want to mention it because that's already out there. People are already talking about that, saying that.
I think it would be bad if it wasn't infinite and it was like just like 20 coins for a certain amount of gold or something.
Oh,
like
sure.
That. I think that would have been bad. For the Infinite, definitely I can see where it could be bad. You know, it's like, oh, it's pay to win or pay for convenience or something like that, so you don't have to farm continue coins. But man, if that wasn't in the gem store,
there's no
and
way
I'm doing tribulation mode, or even World 2, like that's it's almost needed for me. There's no way I would like to start over on my the whole world over after like running out of continue coins. I would not love that.
To be clear, I don't think ArenaNet sat around in a conference room and said, let's make a lot of money. Have we been careful with this gem store for, this full year and try not to piss people off? Let's piss people off by making this obscenely hard and make it so they have to purchase this infinite coin. I don't think they did that, but anyone who's interested in actually beating this content, they need the infinite coin.
They need the coin.
I bought 2 already. I bought one for my kids' account too because they wanted to run around and stuff like that. I'm just
gosh.
They started crying as soon as they ran out of continues. I'm like, oh, all right. I'll buy 2 of these.
Here's the coin. Let's talk about the other mode. So the other mode that you were joking about, the infantile mode.
Yeah. I like that place.
It replaces the jumping challenges with beautiful rainbow bridges. But are there no special rewards for infantile? No weapons, maybe with like learning stickers on them or something? No.
No,
Training wheels.
There's a set of achievements that you can get only by doing infantile mode, which is kind of funny. So you actually should go through it if you want all the points. But the best part about infantile mode, what did you say?
They give you 0 achievement points.
Oh, okay. So do they count for the meta? I didn't look at that.
I don't know if they do. They have to, right? They have to, but it's 0 achievement points. I don't know.
But the best part about infantile mode is when you step on these clouds and they poop the rainbow, they actually make a sound that's really kind of like pooping a rainbow. They're like, eh. That's the best part of infantile mode.
All right, so everybody must be doing Super Adventure Box. I'm sure the open world's probably just completely abandoned at this point because everybody's just doing the box. Maybe not.
Is it?
Oh, I'm sure
I haven't tried anything else.
Of course, that's what I'm saying. Everybody's doing Super Adventure Box.
Well, I love it, so I'm biased. So
outside of the world, you can still do Scarlet's invasions. They don't happen as frequently, but that is permanent content that's still in the game. It's a little bit harder to know where the invasion is because it's not up in the upper right-hand corner of your screen. You have to kind of catch it in chat. But just so everybody knows, that is still going on, and it's still a good way to farm up some of those champion bags and stuff.
And I think we also just got our name for our episode, Pooping Rainbows. Thank you very much, Mr. Richard Procopio, for naming today's episode of GuildCast. All right, I want to talk about some other stuff going on in the world. First, I want to tell you guys about Shutterstock. If you guys checked it out yet, you guys got to go check it out. Got to check out Shutterstock.com. If you guys got a YouTube channel or a website, Guild website, whatever you got, maybe make YouTube content, you really need to check out Shutterstock.com. Now, right before the show, Matt, you were wondering about one of our new shows here at GameBreaker called Comments with Coltrane. And I'll play a little of the comments with... Let me play a little bit of it first for you so you get a feel for what it's all about.
Ooh. Yes. This is Coltrane. And it's time to read some YouTube comments that'll make you wanna vomit. Wow, Gary, could you crank up the douchebag dial a little more? Hey Mike, stop using speed. Lol. The top 2 are facts. Go have sex with World of Warcraft. Fuckers.
All right, so that was like a pilot episode,
great.
so more episodes to come on that. But what's funny, so when we were putting this together, it was like, well, I was trying to figure out, like, what does this show look like? What does it sound like? I don't know. And there's actually video, but I'm going to show you in a second. I wanted you to hear it first. So I was kind of trying to come up with like a really funny vibe, but of course I went straight to Shutterstock, and I started looking, and let's see. Started searching through stuff, and at first I was looking at this cheeseburger. I don't know why I thought this cheeseburger was kind of funny by the fire, but it wasn't that funny. Then I found this like picture here of some people sitting at the fire with their socks on. Kind of thought that might work. Then I stumbled on this lady here with her shoulder a little too seductive, and then I found another photo of her, and wouldn't you know it, Comments with Coltrane
You know what?
in deep thought.
I'll tell you this. I saw that on my YouTube feed, that picture, and I was like, what is GameBreaker putting out with that picture? I have to click on that.
Exactly. It's like deep thoughts with Jack Hendy. It's perfect. But again, it's just the comedy of it. But immediately, again, the power of the Shutterstock. That's it. You gotta go check it out for anything. Even if you're looking for something to do comedy and kind of find some weird picture to like juxtapose, maybe something you're doing on YouTube, or you're looking for something more serious. We use Shutterstock.com constantly. I recently found some other. Let me see where my light boxes are here. Found some other good stuff. I'm not gonna sign in right now, but. All right, I'll sign in really quick. Hang on, because I found some really great artwork. I don't know if I showed you guys this, but we were looking at building out some more banners and stuff like that for the website. And of course, like I said, you can use this stuff for your YouTube channel, things like that. Comments, arrows. Where was this? Was it Super Mega? I don't remember where I put it now. Might have been this wood. I was looking for wood planks and things like that. And this stuff was to build out like borders and stuff around things to make it look kind of like EverQuest-y, because we're working on that kind of stuff. The EverQuest Next, EQ Nation site, all that kind of stuff. So check it out. I want to save you guys 25% off on your Shutterstock account. All you got to do is go make a brand new account. You can sign up for absolutely for free. You can start saving stuff and searching for stuff and adding them to light boxes right now. And when you're ready to make a purchase, you can use offer code GameBreaker9 and save 25% off your account. And they have a few different ways of different types of accounts. Some you can buy item packs, so you can buy, download certain images, and some are a monthly subscription, things like that. We have a monthly subscription. It's a lot better for us to kind of do that. We get to download, I think, like 25 things per day. And of course, everything comes with a license. So it's all legit to use. The artist who created this artwork or took the photo is actually getting, a royalty fee from it. So much better. Don't steal. It's not good. Go over to Shutterstock.com, save 25% off. Make sure to use offer code GameBreaker9. All right, so Super Adventure Box is the content everybody's talking about, but on to some other stuff. So first up, crafting. Do people have their ascended weapons yet? Matt? Do you?
I do not have mine yet. Mine is in the process. I haven't crafted up to 500 yet to get it, but I
don't think anybody can have it yet.
No?
Yeah, it's on a cooldown.
Yeah, there's a gate. It's gated with a material you can only make like once every 24 hours. So.
How expensive is it, Richie, to get to up to 500 crafting?
You know what? If you didn't buy any of the materials you wanted until the patch landed, it's going to be very, very expensive because things have quintupled or more.
Yeah.
I bought some ancient wood logs like when this patch was announced a week or so ago, and I was paying like $1.50 each. Now they're 14 silver each. So I mean that's the kind of inflation that we're seeing right now. So it was kind of a cool plan of ArenaNet's, right? They put in a bunch of content that was really convenient to farming, and people started making money hand over fist, right? And the economy just people just started going nuts with farming, and now all of a sudden there's like this gigantic gold sink in the way. So there's a lot of change in the economy right now.
So let's talk about this. So tell me about how's everybody feeling about this? The gear progression. Does it burn? I mean, are you hearing complaints? I mean, this is a big controversial thing.
I mean, this is like, all right. Nicole and Johansson, I asked.
No. Try again.
Everyone, I always mess with. People keep messing with when I say axe. Colin Johansson, so it said there isn't a gear treadmill. Yeah, I just totally avoided it. And there isn't a gear treadmill. Ascended while he's in lead designer, lead content. What is he? He's lead. He controls the game, right? In some sort of way. Basically, Ascended gear is going to be the only gear that comes out while he's in charge anyway. I mean, he doesn't see what happened is exotic they didn't really do it properly. A lot of people got to exotics too quickly, and they said, okay, this everyone already completed everything already. They needed to add ascended gear to kind of have and have it hard to get, so not everyone can just get it so quickly, and Yeah. So no,
Yeah,
really, this is just the top stuff, and it's not that much of a stat change.
It was interesting in your interview how he actually just came out and said that. He's like, you know what, we thought exotic would be that level, that it would take a while for people to get it, and we were wrong. So we had to kind of put in a new level. But he did say quite clearly that, you know, if he can help it, they're not going to do another level after this. So as long as that holds true, then they're just making good on their promise that they made last November when they said we're going to put a new tier in, and then that's it. And they've been rolling it out very slowly, right? You know, we're like, what, 10 months, 11 months out from when the first Ascended gear was put into the game, and now we're just getting weapons, and we still have the Ascended armor to go. So.
I mean, it's kind of brilliant from a gear progression standpoint, right? Because they knew that there was a certain demographic of players who missed that aspect of the MMO from Guild Wars 2, that it didn't have gear progression. So instead of just like having you be able to obtain these things at a kind of a rapid pace on gear progression, they just kind of like kept it to like, you know, a very small minimum amount of items and make it as long of a long-term goal that takes months to do instead of like, you know, days or weeks to do. It's kind of brilliant. I mean, it kind of does the same thing, except it just limits it in a very big way, but it still gives the player who was always looking for that something to work towards. Like they still have that goal.
Yeah.
People get mad, you know. It's like, oh, you're releasing one or two every, you know, couple months, and they call that gear treadmill. I don't know why they call that, but I mean, they don't want to just throw it all out there, and then, you know, people don't have time to kind of upgrade to that. And the people who place, every day, 24 hours a day, they get it right away, and people will feel like, oh, we're at a disadvantage because we don't play 24/7, you know. And there's a lot of ways, you know, people feel that way with, but where they're giving us time. Every couple months, they release a new piece of the legendary. He's going to see the legendaries come out like that as well, with the rings and amulets, whichever one they're going to pick, back piece that's going to come out this year. And then it's going to slowly come out.
Yeah, and you know, another thing about it is, just to keep in mind, Ascended weapons and Ascended gear, it's very expensive and or time-consuming to farm up the materials. But there's no content in the game that is required that you have the Ascended gear. You know, if you're going to do maybe the highest level fractals where you need a lot of agony resist, maybe, you know, you kind of want that, but really, other than that, you could do every dungeon, you could do every event, you could do every living story update, you know, you could do all the content of the game without bothering with it. So it is gear progression. You can bolster your stats, you can get, you know, cool looking skins from doing it, but it's not required. So it is definitely different than a standard gear progression.
Hey Matt, are you just chilling with your freely upgraded legendary?
Oh yes. I saw that. I was like, oh, okay, pick your stats. So you unequipped it, and then you can pick whatever stat combo you want.
That's
and
sweet.
you also get the infusions as well.
What about the
wow.
aesthetics of the upgraded legendaries? Are they looking good?
Yeah, I didn't get any for my.
They didn't change his.
Yeah, they didn't change mine, but they did upgrade the Eternity. So I'm thinking about getting it now. I'm going for Twilight and kind of combining Sunrise and Twilight to get Eternity, because the footsteps for Eternity looks pretty dope. It looks like you're falling in, like the footsteps are huge, not like my little Norn footsteps. I don't know why they're so small for my legendary.
You know, before Matt, you go for your second legendary to combine into a greater legendary, maybe you should kind of help somebody out that you know.
Rich is like, oh my god, my ears just burn listening to Matt talk about him going for his second legendary. Are you kidding?
You should have been there with the Amber Farm failing the events.
Oh,
man, what did Mr. Colin Johansson say about that?
Oh yeah, what did he say there?
I'm sorry, I didn't get banned.
He didn't get banned, but he made it clear that they didn't like that, and they were going to take steps to change it.
Hey, they took steps, but it wasn't. Yeah, anyways.
Baby steps. All right, daily and monthly achievement rewards now include essences of luck, so you can get your magic find. How are you guys finding the new magic find system? Is it working out?
It's brilliant. I love it. I totally love it. They killed two birds with one stone here, right? They got magic find off of the gear, which is a complaint of a lot of people. And they also made it so your greens and blues that you get are actually worth something, because you'll salvage greens and blues, and you'll get these essences of luck, and then you can use these as a consumable to fill up your luck meter. And you know what? It's going to take a long time for people to get to the 300% cap. I saved up hundreds of greens and blues before the patch, and I salvaged them all, and I only got to like 47%, I think, Magic Find on my account. Which is great, because that's 47% across all my characters' Magic Find that I didn't have before. But yeah, it's gonna be a long way to go. So it gives you a use for those blues and greens in the long haul. So I like this change. It's fun. It gives you something else to work towards.
What happened to Magic Find sigils and runes?
They got changed to other stats.
I mean, we knew they were changing. We just didn't know to what.
Yeah. Yeah, for example, like Rune of the Pirate now gives you power instead of Magic Find. So each one of those Magic Find runes has a new skill associated with it. Basically, you salvage those items now.
All right. I also see a bunch of new rewards being added to loot bags, dungeons, bosses, etc., etc. What are piles of bloodstone dust, dragonite ore, and imperial fragments for?
Those are the new materials.
What are they for?
For ascended weapons.
All for the ascended stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, so those champion loot bags got even better now. So
yeah, they sure did. Man, they did something good with that loot bag system.
Stockpiling Matt over here with loot bags.
I heard someone, he's like, "Oh, should I wait? I have like 2K loot bags." And I'm like, "What? How do we get that?" I was like, "Dude, I mean, yeah, do your thing." And then I'm pretty sure he's happy now, because I opened a couple loot bags today, and I was like, "Oh, what's this? What's this? This is new." So he must have made a lot of money.
Well, I saved up about 80 champion bags before the patch, and so I have about 900 bloodstone dust, but it's account bound, so you can't really just turn it around and sell it. So when it comes to crafting, I'll have a lot of materials saved up, but yeah, it was good to hold on to some champion bags for the patch.
Event failure no longer rewards players with karma. What is this for? Is this to fight back at the people failing events on purpose in certain cases?
Not really.
Not really. Because
that's
no
not
one cared. Yeah, we wouldn't care if it didn't even give us XP or anything. Like, a failed event is a failed event. Well, what we cared about was the champion.
Right.
So, yeah.
Why did failure reward you to begin with?
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting, because like in this last invasions, the Scarlet Invasions, to get the meta achievement for beating back the evasions in 13 different zones, you could actually fail the event and still get credit. So yeah, it's been a thing for a while that they actually give you rewards for failing, which is just weird. So it's good to see that they're taking some of those rewards away. But across the board, they've lowered the karma, and a couple different things. And it's just, I have over 2 million karma, and not much to do with until this patch where the ascended, the ascended patterns actually cost karma, which is good. So I think slowing down a little bit the rate that you get it is probably a good thing.
Yeah, I mean, I don't see a problem with it because it's just karma. Though I'm glad they didn't nerf the XP, because usually when you're out there and alone leveling up a character, and you often fail events because there's probably not that many players running around. So when you fail an event, you still get some XP from it. So I'm glad they didn't nerf that. And it's just the karma. It's really good.
Loot dropped by the Karka Queen has been improved, so looks like ArenaNet really want us to hate the Karka less. I think that's really what that message stands.
We're not going to stop hating the Karka less.
No.
No, they're. You know what? I feel bad because that's one of the newer boss fights, right? And people just don't do it. I mean, getting the people together to actually fight back the 4 events that you have to actually spawn the queen is a pain in the butt. And then, I don't know, it's just no one likes going in that zone, because even the littlest creature walking around can kick your butt all over the place. So it's just, I don't know. I don't know how to get players there. I don't know how to fix it. It's rough.
I wonder if they're going to do that with the Tequaddle thing. I hope not. Right?
What do you mean?
like have events, like a bunch of events just to spawn him.
I hope not too.
Yeah, I wouldn't think that would be too great. I don't know. It's stained from the Lion's Arch. It's bad. Like, oh, we see the car, we're like, oh, lag.
Get away. All right. Finally, this is actually really interesting for, I think, a lot of people out there, especially if you're an indecisive person. This seems really useful. There's a transmutation splitter in the gem store. Seems like a pretty useful item, actually.
Yeah. Yeah, they put that in for people who, mainly for people who had transmuted their legendary to get different stats, right?
Mhm.
And now they don't have the legendary. They have the look of the legendary or such, but so they can actually split it back and get the original items that they had. But what I thought interesting, going back to Matt Visual's interview, the important thing is they're looking at working on a some sort of wardrobe system long term, where you can just unlock skins for your account, kind of how you do with the achievement rewards right now. I think that is absolutely what this game needs, because this game is all about unlocking these cool skins that you find. If you could just open up a closet door, or open up a UI interface, and pick any of the back pieces that you've unlocked, any of the armor things that you've unlocked, and you just deck out your character how you want, man, this game will explode. I mean, that is what the core of this game is, but right now there's no convenient way to handle that. It's all about these transmutation stones, and you lose items, and it's just clunky. So I think I'm very excited for that.
I've been asking for that from the beginning, like DC Universe, Lord of the Rings, they all have this system. And it's just like, man, these stones kind of suck. What is this? I told him that. I was like, I hate it. I hate it. Why? And I did not expect him to actually say that they're actually working on a skin, because they're going to lose money. They're going to lose money from that, because everyone's going to have the skin.
They'll gain money from that, because what they can do is they might not make money on transmutation stones, but if they put a new armor set on the gem store that just unlocks for your account forever, hell yeah, I'll buy every one of those. It's like, so they'll make money. They need this in the game.
They do. All right, I want to talk about this interview that Massively had with lead content designer Mike Zaronji. But first, I want to tell you guys about Audible. I want to hook you guys up with a free 30-day trial. If you guys have not checked out Audible yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It is audiobooks on your iOS device, your Android device, whatever you got. You download the app, you put it on your Android, you put it on your iPhone, maybe your iPad, and you listen to audiobooks, and they have a lot of great ones there. Something I'm still digging into is Ready Player One. Highly recommended to everyone out there.
Oh, yeah.
Sci-fi lovers, MMO players, just gamers in general will love Ready Player One. All you got to do is use the URL. Just use the URL, audible.com/gamebreaker. Just go to that URL, sign up using that URL, and you're going to get to try out Audible absolutely free for 30 days, and you're going to get one free audiobook. Check it out. After that, it's like a monthly subscription fee. I've been a long time subscriber for Audible. I love it. Love the Audible. There's different tiers there, depending on how much you pay per month. You get credits towards books every month. So if you want 1 book a month, 2 books a month, 3 books a month, it kind of works like that. Really great service. Check it out, audible.com/gamebreaker. Try it out free for 30 days. I know once you try it, you're going to love it. This past week, so many tweets coming in of people checking out Ready Player One and just thanking me constantly. I try and retweet them as many as I can, but so many people checking it out going like, man, this book is just awesome. So definitely highly recommend Ready Player One by Ernest Cline. All right, so Massively spoke to lead content designer about the first year of Guild Wars 2. Lots of interesting stuff here. Definitely worth a read. Go over to Massively and check that out in its entirety. But here are a couple quotes. Wanted to pull these out. It says, this was just the tip of the iceberg. We still want to have our creative vision, but still want the players involved. The closer we can get those two together, the more exciting things can be. So yes, we do want to get the players involved. It probably won't be an election next time, although I can't really say that because I don't know for sure what will be the next time. But it could be an election or something else. It comes down to wanting more control in the players' hands in terms of the direction things are going. What do you guys think? Are you a fan of this approach? Would you like to see this again?
You know what? I think some players are probably motivated by getting the choice to, actually decide something for the world. I mean, this is a hard thing in MMOs. I mean, I like when a game like Mass Effect or The Walking Dead gives you a choice, and you're like, oh, that's a really hard decision to make, and and then you play through it, you see what happens, and you reload your save and you play the other way. I like those kind of things. In an MMO, it's really hard, right? We're casting votes, and I didn't really care either way, which way it went.
How do you feel about this though? I mean, you kind of people had with the election in particular, they had two pieces of content which were both kind of cool, kind of like put in front of you, but then you really only got one.
Right.
So there's definitely a bit of a downside there. Is that kind of a bummer that you don't get that?
I mean, yes and no. I mean, what's the alternative? The alternative is you get both anyway, and then your decision really didn't matter. I mean, so there's no good way to kind of solve that. I'm fine with not seeing one of them. While the other one sounded good on paper, I think the Thomanova reactor is going to be really fun. Based on some of the information that we've seen more recently. So, yeah, I don't think the alternative is any better in that situation.
Do you think they'd ever get to the point that they could actually the possibility of maybe the point that actually changes could be different from server to server?
That's interesting. I think.
I don't think so. It may. I mean, man, it would be pretty cool to actually have that. But I don't.
I mean, wouldn't it feel a little more about like the living story? I mean, wouldn't it kind of give a bit more of an effect?
That would be great for the players. It would be great for the players to see that. I just think from ArenaNet's perspective, they would have to do double the work then, right? And then have to perpetually from that point on. Let's just take this election. They'd have to do the entire living story from that point on. Well, what happens when Keel's in charge, and then what happens when Nash plays in charge? It's absolutely
insane amount of work. Yeah, I'm not taking their work hours into consideration, Mr. Procopio. I just
okay.
I just want a great experience for players. Every server would have a unique flavor. It'd be an insane amount of work, but actually be pretty cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would have liked to see the votes though, live votes, server wide, if that's even possible. Next time they do something like that, actually see the votes, and how many votes are on one side and how many votes are on another side.
Be like a percentage, a real time kind of thing. Yeah, that'd be cool.
Yeah, kind of like when you're watching, the U.S.
Yeah, they got over 8 million votes, I think, according to the infographic they released, which is kind of interesting.
All right, next up, so the story stuff is the first step. The second step is bringing better and more technology to help us do bigger, stronger, faster, everything. What's next? I think it's the next iteration of the game. Year one was us setting the groundwork and building core features for the game as a baseline. And now we can focus on what's next. This is just the tip of the iceberg. Iceberg expansion confirmed. He said it twice in one interview.
Kodan, new race.
There you go. This is what we've heard from them from the beginning, right? Year one was mostly about getting the core game in a better place. I don't know. Do you guys agree? Do you think that they've done that? Do you think that there's been so many changes? I mean,
it's so many changes, and the changes that I keep coming back to the blog post that he put out, Colin Johansson put out, and you see all those changes now. I mean, from the beginning, it was kind of bare, right? There was a lot of things missing. Spectator mode, for the PvP guys, a lot of things in World v. World, the progression in World v. World, all these, the magic find system that we just got, the ascended items that are coming, so many changes, so many. The living story was really bad, and now it's really, what I say that it's really good. Every 2 weeks you get something new, and I'm thinking, even Adventure Box is staying a month. I wonder if they're going to do that regularly, where it's every 2 weeks, and then every 2 weeks something new comes out, but then the one before it stays a little bit longer, maybe. I don't know, something like that. But yeah, it's been getting great, and I think next year we're going to see some juicy stuff now that they have all the groundwork and all the year one, like Richie said. All the holiday events are already done. Everything's already done already.
Yeah, this is actually an interesting patch, the one that just landed, because this is the first time where they've actually brought something back that they had the groundwork with, right? And this is what we can expect to see more of. So, despite my comments earlier, my personal opinions about this, they brought Super Adventure Box back, and they brought back World 1 and all the achievements that people might have missed in April. But now it's been updated. There's World 2 and Tribulation Mode and a new hub and new skins and new rewards and stuff like that. In October, we should see the same thing with the Shadow of the Mad King. The Halloween stuff will come back with new stuff on top of it, and so on and so forth. Throughout the year, we'll get Winter's Day back. We'll get Dragon Bash back. We'll get the Bazaar of the Four Winds back. We'll get probably a Queen's Jubilee with a Queen's Gauntlet back. But it'll all be updated with new stuff. And in between, they will sprinkle in, other content patches. Some of them will be smaller. Some of them will be bigger. So, and we will see. Some expansion-related stuff like new maps or maybe even a new race sprinkled in there, and I think the future is very bright for Guild Wars 2.
Yeah.
Richie Procopio, follow him on the Twitter at Richie Procopio, and of course go over to his YouTube channel, which is Bog Otter. Lots of great stuff going on there. Guild Wars 2, Cube World, all kinds of stuff over on the Bog Otter YouTube channel. So go check that out and follow him at Richie Procopio. Mr. Matt Visual, follow him on Twitter, Matt_Visual. Don't miss the underscore. It's Matt_Visual, and go over to his YouTube channel as well at Matt Visual. And we do this show live every single Wednesday at 6 PDT, so come on over for the live show. It's always a good time. Got some new stuff going, new sites. Forums are up for EQ Nation. Go over to forum.eqnation.tv. Those are live right now. Go join up for the EverQuest Next. The EverQuest Next, the EverQuest Next, the EverQuest Next. Forum.eqnation.tv just launched late last night. So go check it out, join up, and join in the conversation. Website to come. Thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next week for some more GuildCast. Have a great week, everybody.